My beloved child, don't scroll. Not that I'm asking, I'm calling you. The situation is urgent. Stop fretting. I came just to do that. Break the fear that's holding you back. The information you are about to hear is not factual. It is impartation. I'm holding my breath every second of this message. You won't only feel me if you stick with it through to the end. I'll alter you. I won't do this again because this is a special occasion. Do not skip. Don't stop. Avoid becoming unreliable by putting your breakthrough on the back burner. What I have in store for you over the next several minutes was specifically designed for your deliverance. God is observing. Hell is quivering. You're standing at the end of your shift too. It's going to change all of that. So listen carefully. Don't you feel it, my darling? It is stirring inside of you. The sudden constriction in your chest, your spirit being weighed down, that slight but enduring restlessness that cannot be calmed by distraction. You've tried to scroll it away, go to sleep, or ignore it with obligations and idle chatter, yet it still clings to your spirit. The pauses between breaths are heavier, the silence louder. The urgency is not fear, but me. I tell you now, with all the thunder of heaven behind these words, I am the one breaking your rhythm, reviving the mood of your day, and guiding you subtly but unavoidably into a holy encounter. You've confused it with emotional weariness, overthinking, or anxiety. No, child. Bypassing your reasoning and going directly for your soul, it is the sound of my voice breaking through the static. My purpose is to awaken you, not to burden you. This call is sacred. Heaven's timing is here, and I won't let you enter your next chapter without first arresting your attention. Do not ignore this. Don't categorize this moment as an emotion. You are on the threshold of a hallowed place. That unwavering feeling that something is different, something is approaching, something is happening right now. You're not imagining it. You may feel my whisper against your ribs. I've been silently walking beside you for a while, watching, waiting for your heart to grow sensitive enough to hear me without requiring more confirmation from the outside world. And now, you've reached the turning point. The diversions are fading, the noise is quieting. It's finally low enough for me to pass through the inner walls you built to protect your fatigue. I've come to talk to you, not to chastise you, but to give you something you didn't even realize you were missing. You feel as though something in your routine has grown intolerable, that something must change. Indeed, that is who I am. Not with wrath or censure, but with unwavering compassion. Your typical day is interrupted by me, the Heavenly One. I'm not here just to visit. I'm here to take over your fear, your struggle, and your unspoken questions. This isn't anxiety, it's an encounter. I am your God, and I am presently trying to reach you, my dear one. I've seen the storm beneath your smile, the swirling quiet, the rehearsed tragedies, the echoing fear. You've played scene after scene of collapse in your mind, practicing loss as if it were your destiny. But now, with all the power of heaven and the love of a Father who knows you well, listen. You were not brought this far to be left in a wasteland of anxiety. I've witnessed every possibility you've whispered in fear, afraid the floor might collapse beneath you again. But it hasn't, because I've been holding it up. You have no idea how many threats I've turned away, how many attacks I've stopped, how many consequences I've silenced. When you thought you were alone, I was with you. Those winds of what-ifs that cried louder than my peace were the very ones I moored you against. I say this now with urgency. Stop rehearsing your destruction. A tragedy is not what I'm writing. I'm drafting a testimony. Yes, it has felt like panic enveloping your heart at midnight, stealing the silence meant for rest. But panic is not who you are. It is not your truth. You've been spinning because you weren't meant to bear this season alone. Still, you push through, clenched fists by day and breaking by night. But I don't need your performance, child. Let me inside the panic. Let me end it at its source. I'm not here to manage your concern. I'm here to destroy it completely. I came to dismantle the strongholds that breed fear, to silence the worry loop repeating in your mind. You weren't brought here merely to survive the storm. I brought you here to show you that even the waves obey my whisper. I know your fears, spoken and unspoken. I know disappointment trained you to expect pain more than hope. But now, I am rewriting that script. No more living as the anxious one. You have been chosen, protected, and wrapped in my sovereignty, my child. If this word stirred your spirit, bless this ministry by clicking Super Thanks. Your seed helps spread God's light further. You feared I would leave, but I am the enduring God. I was the one who sat with you when you couldn't sit with yourself. I've come to calm the storm and your nervous system, to regulate your breathing, anchor your soul, and show you that though anxiety may have sat at your table, it was never the host. I was, I am, and I remain. Your story will no longer be written by worry. That downward spiral you felt, I'm cutting it off. I'm rewriting your worst-case scenario into, what if I'm in it? This is not naive optimism. This is holy certainty, truth that builds altars and burns lies. Stop scanning for signs of disaster. Look for my fingerprints. I've been authoring a rescue, not a crash. You'll begin to see the change. Gradually, not all at once. So breathe, child. Exhale fear. Inhale my peace. I didn't bring you here to flee. I brought you here to be crowned free. Listen closely, for I know how convincing pressure can be. It mimics punishment, makes you believe something's wrong. But I'm shattering that lie with divine truth. The ground beneath you is not collapsing. The ceiling above you is breaking open. You're not being buried. You're giving birth. Heaven isn't backing down. It's breaking in. Pressure doesn't prove distance. It proves closeness. My glory shakes everything familiar, not to destroy you, but to deliver you. It may not feel sacred right now. Timelines feel like chains. Silence feels like absence. But I'm in the wait too. You are encircled, even when you can't see how I've surrounded the pressure itself. Angels stand guard, defending you from what tried to break you. This pressure isn't to test your worth, it's to heighten your awareness. You're not being attacked, you're being anointed. You're not falling apart, you're falling into alignment. Do you sense the fire? That's refinement. The closed door? That's my plan leading you to a miracle you didn't know how to ask for. Constriction is the final tightening before release. Remember, power follows pressure. Before life emerges from the womb, it must pass through a narrow, dark place. So too with you. Pressure isn't sent to crush you. It's announcing that something sacred is near. You prayed for breakthrough. Now the answer's weight is pressing the atmosphere around you. Earth groans in anticipation of glory. You're on the edge. This is convergence. It's not closing in, it's coming together. Pressure is prophetic. It's the birth canal of blessing. Never confuse stretching for destruction. When I allow pressure, it's because I'm opening portals, breaking patterns, and releasing unstoppable power. Don't fear the pressure. See it as proof that I trust you with transformation. I'm not ignoring your cries. My presence is intensifying around your promise. I am not cruel. I am calculated. My plan is perfect. This is not the end. This is the edge. I am the God who speaks, who melts mountains, opens seas, and sets fire from heaven. I am advancing. What I'm about to pour through you cannot be stopped. Wait, the pressure is heaven's trumpet announcing my arrival. Pause, my darling. Let me speak to the pain too deep for words, to the one hidden behind your smile and your silence. No one else sees the battle within, but I do. I have seen every tear you blinked away, every breathless night, every racing thought. I was by your bed when the world slept, but your mind stormed on. When no one noticed, I did. When others praised your strength, unaware of your struggle, I saw every hidden wound. You suffered quietly, but I never looked away. I've watched with such love that heaven itself has wept with you. You tried to drown the ache with distraction and busyness, yet your spirit still whispered, "Is anyone paying attention?" Yes, I am. I am the God who sees in secret, the one fluent in the language of exhaustion. I'm near to your pain. I know it intimately. The mental rehearsals, the regrets, the fears you think disqualify you. But I'm speaking a better word over you. Your thoughts have turned against you, but I'm anointing those very places with healing oil. Through the cross, I silence the inner critic. It's not too late for you. You are not beyond recovery. You are seen. You are sacred. You are safe in my eyes. Being tired isn't weakness. It's a signal, a sign that you've carried too much alone. You've worn the "I'm okay" mask so convincingly you began to believe it. But masks don't move me. Truth does. You're exhausted, mentally, emotionally, spiritually. And yet, I honor your weariness. I honor your persistence. You kept going when your soul begged for rest, and that matters to me. You weren't made to suffer in silence, but to commune in peace. I've come not only to acknowledge your pain, but to enter it, to sit with you in stillness and speak what agony never could. You are loved. You are held. You belong to me. If you need to cry, let it come. Your rawness doesn't repel me. It draws me near. I'm not offering platitudes. I'm offering presence, divine, steady, restoring presence. I rebuild what pain tried to destroy. I restore walls torn down by suffering, and know this: I am not leaving. Not until the storm passes. Not until the weight lifts. Not until truth outweighs fear. Because I see you. I always have. And I always will. Oh, I love you. Allow these words to envelop your spirit like a glorious blanket. You weren't made by me to carry tomorrow. You've been carrying that burden around like a chain, the never-ending what-ifs that wander through your head like unexpected visitors, the frightening forecasting, the continual calculation. You're not meant for it. You don't have to bear it. You don't have to carry that burden. You were not made for fear by me. Step by step, not leap by leap, I made you for reliance, communion, and unwavering connection. Your fear is unnecessary for your future. You must have faith in it. Furthermore, complete comprehension is not necessary for your trust. It only takes one breath at a time, one whisper of trust, and one given yes at a time. You weren't designed to bear the calendar of the unknown when your entire being wants to freak out. The person with the calendar in his hand is the one you were meant to go hand in hand with. You're always trying to go ahead of yourself, solving issues that haven't been created yet, making plans for things that might never happen. However, each time you do so, you step outside the grace I granted you for this particular instance. The race is not for the verge of the storm, but rather for the disaster that will occur next week. While you've been preoccupied with the future, you've been missing the man in the present. I am the God of the now, my child. I'm not wringing my hands over your future while wandering the halls of heaven. For every tomorrow you're concerned about, I've already stood in. Furthermore, I have already made provisions. Solutions have already been sent. Angels have already been sent to stand guard at the junctions where you are most terrified. But if you're trapped, practicing survival plans, you'll never appreciate the beauty of my approach. You are never asked to write to me. I'll show you how to breathe once more, how to act like a human being while being still, yet beloved, following my spirit, not influenced by your timetable. There were no clocks ticking as Adam and I walked in the cool of the day. There was only presence, rhythm, and relationship, no hurry. And I yearn for that with you once more, the holy simplicity of walking in unison. Before you glance at your list, look at me. Before asking, what should I do next? Pause and trust. You weren't supposed to be 5 steps ahead. You were meant to trust me for the next one and the light I provide. Let this be your new rhythm for today. Move, take a breath, whisper, take a graceful step, take another calm breath. When your chest gets constricted, whisper, my name, and observe what occurs when your soul begins to fall in step with my stride rather than run. I won't hurry you. I will never ask you to move more quickly than your faith. I'll follow you at the speed of presence, and I guarantee that I will guide you to the next stage if you put your trust in me for this one. You don't have to bear the weight of what lies ahead. All you have to do is hold my hand, and I never let go. Let me reveal the liar who has been whispering in your ear, my dear. Be concerned, says that unseen thief and silent saboteur who has been posing as reason, caution, or even wisdom, but it is deceitful. It tells you that you are all alone and left to fend for yourself, using harsh tones and half-truths. It paints loneliness across your thoughts and calls it prophecy. But I'm here to dispel that myth. You're not alone. You never have been. I didn't walk away, despite what worry claimed. While worry said I was silent, I was speaking with every breath. I was rhyming before your first tear fell. Though worry said no one was coming, I don't just come to see you. I've been with you in ways that worry could never imitate. I live inside you. Worry enlarges the unknown until it becomes intolerable, trying to blind you with inflated shadows. But I am the light that reveals all false dangers. What if is what worry cries. Even if, I whisper. Even if the storm rages, I am in the boat. Even if the fire surrounds you, I am in the flames. I do not change even if the plan does. Worry does not see as I do, child. Worry measures by instability. I measure by eternity. Worry assumes absence. I demonstrate presence. I'm not far away. Every moment of your existence is intricately interwoven with me. My presence permeates the very air you breathe. Even the ground you walk on reflects my faithfulness. I haven't abandoned you to face this season alone. The terror that attempted to blind you is farther away than I am. When no one called, I was present. When the inbox was empty and your phone silent, I was there. When others' words failed but your pain persisted, I was not just observing. I was positioning myself as your defender. I gave orders to angels bearing your name when you were uncertain. I was all around you, even if unseen. I was whispering peace in the dim passages of your mind. I protected you from things you never knew were coming. You think I'm uninterested because I'm quiet, but my silence was calculated. I wasn't absent, I was anchoring you. Now I'm lifting the curtain so you can see what fear was trying to hide. With divine clarity, let me declare this. Worry no longer holds sway. It cannot share your heart's throne with me. I've set a table for you, but there is no seat for it. And now you know the truth. When anxiety tries to speak, remember, I am closer than your breath. And where perfect love resides, fear cannot exist. How long will you let a lying voice write your story, my child? Worry may be loud, but it has no authority, no anointing, no truth. It is not prophecy, it is noise, persuasive but not prophetic, clever but not wise. Its power is built on fiction. I am truth. Do not let worry lead you, for I do not speak panic. I do not shout chaos. I speak peace. Not the conditional, fleeting kind the world gives, but the peace that transcends understanding and steadies you through time. Concern takes problems from the future and mortgages your present peace with lies disguised as preparation. But that transaction does not include me. That contract was never signed by me. That story was never written by me. Fear weaves tales of collapse. I clothe you in garments of splendor. Stress forces false deadlines. I reset your pace with divine timing. You think you're being realistic, but realism without revelation becomes a prison. I came not to imprison, but to free. I won't shout warnings about tomorrow. I stand here now calling you to stillness. I'm calming storms, not forecasting them. My words and voice are consistent. Life, peace, and promise. Never anxiety, stress, or haste. Test every voice that speaks to your heart. Measure it by fruit, not volume. If it makes you heavy, it's not me. If it brings anxiety or condemnation, it's not me, child. I speak peace. I always have and always will. Even when I correct, my words carry compassion. I never motivate your future through fear. I guide you with grace, ignite you with presence, and draw you with truth. Worry's voice is not mine. I am the voice that calms the wind with a single word. Draw near. Embrace my voice, the slow, rhythmic one that commands chaos to still. My peace is not passive. It is power. It is a weapon, a divine decree that silences every fearful fantasy. And I declare it now, not next week, not after the breakthrough, not when the diagnosis changes, but now. Let your heart rest in this moment, in this breath. Drop your shoulders. Breathe deeply. I am here, bringing you peace right now. Listen closely, my child, for what I say releases the weight that sat heavy on your chest, that tightness in your ribs that steals your breath. It feels true, but it is not truth. It comes from misplaced trust, from leaning on fleeting emotions instead of my steadfastness. You've let your emotions lead, and now your foundation feels unstable. Yet I have not changed. My nature is constant. My faithfulness is steady. Your feelings are temporary. I am eternal. Yes, the tightness is loud. I know it appears suddenly like a suffocating fog, but emotions are signals, not compasses. They can reveal pain, but they cannot guide you through it. That's what I do. When you follow emotions instead of me, fear passes as wisdom, hopelessness as reality, and anxiety becomes a false prophet declaring collapse where I've promised destiny. I did not give you fear. I gave you a spirit of power, love, and sound mind, a mind that chooses faith in my covenant over the echo of feeling. The knot in your throat is not truth's voice. It's the residue of trauma, the echo of old betrayals trying to convince you I'll fail you as others did. But I never have. Look back. Did I not bring you through what you thought impossible? Did I not provide unexpected healing? Have I not heard every cry, seen every tear, and answered in my time? I do not shift with your moods or mirror your feelings. When everything else fails, I remain. You've trusted fear enough. Now trust me. Breathe out. Yes, right now. Let the tension go. Holding yourself together was never your job. I hold you. I never asked for unshakable strength, only surrendered trust. I am not dismayed by your emotions, but I call you not to worship them. I will never belittle your pain, but I will not let you bow to it. I conquer it. Your identity is not the heaviness you feel, nor the burden on your chest. Your portion is my presence, your foundation, my faithfulness. Let emotions come and go, but let me stay. Think, my child. Reflect not on your fears, but on my faithfulness. Recall every moment that should have fallen apart but didn't. That was no accident. It was me. When your hands were empty, yet the need met. Me. When you woke up with the strength to keep going. Me again. You've been so caught up in the next breakthrough that you've forgotten the ones already delivered. I haven't. I remember them all, and I remind you, I have never failed you. Not once. You thought it was close, and it was from your eyes. But close never meant collapse. It meant control. I let it get close so you'd know it wasn't your doing. If I had rescued too soon, you'd have thought it coincidence. So I let it linger to reveal that I was the strength holding you together. I don't just rescue, I resurrect. I don't just help, I heal. Remember how I stepped in when others gave up? How I pursued when you ran? There's never been a moment in your story I did not show up. Even in your waiting, I was working, building something lasting, eternal. My timing is perfect, my purpose precise. Not a moment wasted, not a battle meaningless. Every near miss was a divine collision between my glory and your vulnerability. Now at this shaky, real-soaked moment, take another glance around. Examine more closely. See with your spirit, not your flesh. Observe the unseen hand that kept you from falling when you should have. Discover the heavenly imprints on each chapter you believe to be chaotic. Then consider this. Hasn't he shown himself? I have, child. Yes, through the suffering, the process, and the provision, I have demonstrated my worth, and since I'm not finished, I'll keep proving myself. This isn't the edge, this is the setup, and I'll find a way, just as I always have, even if it comes near again. I always do. I always will. What I am offering you today, my dear child, is more than just consolation wrapped in gentle words. It is neither a lullaby to distract you from the storm, nor a blanket to conceal your pain. It's a divine transaction. What has tormented you is being replaced by something sacred, a holy exchange between the wisdom that emanates from my throne and the weight that is pressed upon your chest. This exchange is unfair. It's favor. I give you my best, and you give me your worst. When you bring me your trembling hands, I place power in them. You give me your anxieties, that sneering despot who robbed you of your sleep and choked off your joy, and I give you the blueprint of peace that surpasses all understanding, the clarity of heaven. I'm not asking you to solve it. I'm asking you to surrender it. Lay it down, please. You've been trying to hold on to every anxious scenario, every breathless question, every nervous thought for too long, and it's been draining you. That isn't strength. That's survival. And I didn't make you to live in your own head. I made you to reign with me. So this is what I have to offer, my counsel for your concern. Allow me to reveal what you cannot see. Allow me to untie the knots you've tried to loosen on your own. Allow me to provide a strategy that doesn't depend on striving, one independent of your performance. Your knowledge does not limit my wisdom. In eternity, it is layered and infused with love. It looks beyond the present and prepares you for a favorable tomorrow. My wisdom is not a suggestion. It is divine instruction that opens doors no man can shut, breaks cycles, and rewrites patterns. But that's not all. I'm not only sharing my wisdom, I'm giving you my peace. Not the kind the world offers, not the kind that depends on perfect conditions, not the fragile calm between storms. Know this, my peace is a person. My presence is my peace. My peace enters your storm without waiting for it to end. With a whisper, my peace slows your racing heart. When reason fails, you can still lean on my peace. With a stillness so deep it feels like eternity kissing your chest, my peace triumphs over panic. You don't need more strategies. You don't need another checklist. My peace is already here, and it's what you need. But when fear rules, peace cannot rest. Give it to me, child. Come, let's exchange your fear for my peace. You are under my care. You're drawing me near, and I've longed for this precious exchange. It hurts you to carry it alone, not because I need what you hold, but because I love you too much to let it destroy you. I am not the kind of God who silently watches you crumble. I am the God who whispers to keep you from unraveling. Exchange with me. In that whisper lies all of heaven's power, a father's generosity and a king's precision. I don't wish to make you numb. I wish to make you free. I long to reach into the chaos, touch the core of your fear, and turn it into calm. Not with force or mental effort, but by my spirit. I'm not just trying to help. I'm bringing a reversal. I'm not dressing wounds. I'm restoring. Healing is not dull to me. It's divine. Come, child. Enter this holy conversation. Give me your concern. I already know how to handle it. You've been waiting for assurance before surrendering, my love. You've been trying to fit the pieces together, to understand, to feel safe once things make sense. But my kingdom doesn't operate through explanations. I don't secure you through answers. I secure you through presence. I've been asking for trust while you've been asking for information. I want your hand. You want the map. I'm standing beside you, whispering while you look over the horizon for confirmation. Will you follow without seeing? I know it feels risky. I know blind trust once broke your heart. But I'm not asking for blind faith. I'm asking for anchored faith. Faith rooted in who I am, not in what you understand. You don't need to grasp every step to feel safe on the journey. You only need to know the author of it. I don't offer safety the way the world does. The world bases safety on control and predictability. I base it on sovereignty. You can be held even when you feel unsteady. You can be covered even when you feel confused. For safety isn't the absence of uncertainty, it's the presence of an unchanging God. I want to teach you to rest in the boat while you want the storm to stop. I want you to move forward in trust while you want every risk removed. Miracles happen right there, in that space between stepping and surrendering, not in the realm of reason. Let me tell you something precious. The answers exist. I'm not hiding them. I'm protecting you from them. If I showed you everything now, your thoughts would race faster than my grace. You'd plan instead of pray, assume instead of abide, and I love you too much to let that happen. Some things you'll only understand afterward, and that's intentional. Hindsight breeds humility. It shapes history. For me, that history becomes a sacred anchor for your future storms. So, no, you don't need every answer now. You need certainty, and I am that certainty. Let go of your need to know. Lay down the idol of control disguised as knowledge. It's not what you know that makes you safe. It's the truth that I know you, completely, deeply, eternally. I'm not asking you to interpret the season. I'm asking you to trust the one who governs it. When you let go of the need for answers, you create space for awe, adoration, and joy rooted not in certainty but in connection. That's where you're truly safe, child. Not in clarity, but in closeness. Not in precision, but in presence. So stop figuring. Start following. For you, I am enough. Pause, my little one, even in the unknown. Let me speak to the core of your being. You're not entering a mystery. I've already walked through it. That day you feared, I've already stood in it, steadfast, sovereign, and sure. That moment you dread, I've already filled it with provision and protection, the future that keeps you awake with fears of lack and loneliness. I've already written it, refined it, and anointed it. You see empty cupboards. I see a set table. You see locked doors. I see open ones. I haven't forgotten a single detail, my darling. Not the little things you never mention, nor the burdens that keep you up at night. My plan has already met every need. My wisdom has already answered every question. My faithfulness has already overshadowed every fear. You're not behind. You're aligning. I know it doesn't feel that way yet. You don't feel ready. You feel unqualified. But I don't call the qualified. I qualify the called. Like a divine guide, I've gone before you, laying provision like stepping stones, clearing obstacles, unlocking unseen doors. I am not reactive. My movements are orchestral. Before you even realized what to pray for, I commanded angels with your answer. As you imagined worst-case scenarios, I drafted rescue blueprints. You see impossible, I see designed. You fear, I rejoice. For I know what awaits you. I know my reserves. I know what's about to be released. You worry about timing. I hold time itself. I am always on time, never surprised, never scrambling for a plan B. I rule the seconds and the seasons. My fingerprints are already on your future. Even in moments you have not yet lived, your name is engraved upon them. So release your fear of the unknown. I already know what you don't. I'm not asking you to predict. I'm asking you to trust. Walk with the confidence of someone led by love, not driven by fear. What's ahead is not a crisis. It's a continuation of my covenant. You have a secure future, carried by my spirit, upheld by my word, sealed by my blood. When you step into what once scared you, you'll see. You were never alone. I've been there all along, preparing it for my glory and your good. Didn't I say, I've already made the way? Now I'm inviting you to become a way for others. Your obedience will be like fresh water for thirsty souls. There are people trembling under the weight of their worries, waiting to hear what you just heard. I've placed oil in your palms. Will you pour it out? He who refreshes others will himself be refreshed. Proverbs 11:25. That promise still stands for you. Invest in this mission. It's more than a gift. It's a seed. Every seed you sow fuels light that pierces another's dark night. Act while the flame still burns. Child, you've held on tightly to your plans, building your life around blueprints I never asked you to create. You thought safety came from structure, that peace could be fabricated by control. But I'm here to gently break that illusion. You don't need a plan. You need a presence. Accuracy can't replace intimacy. You don't need perfection. You need the Prince of Peace. Plans change. Plans fail. But I remain. When the plan falls apart, I don't retreat. I arrive. You've confused progress with control and believed that preparation would protect you from pain. But I never promised stormless days. I promised my nearness in every wave. And I am near, child. I'm not standing at a distance with a clipboard and critique. I'm beside you, so close I can hear your sighs and see the questions behind your eyes. When the plan collapses in your hands, I draw nearer still. I don't rush to fix before I hold. I calm before I correct. Because sometimes the most divine thing I can do is simply make you feel held until things shift. I want to speak peace into your chaos. Not just the outer chaos, but the inner noise, the mental loops, the emotional waves, the spiritual unrest. I am the God who brings stillness to storms. My whisper is stronger than the scream of fear. And right now I'm whispering, stay still. I'm here. I can't promise a storm will end today, but I can promise you won't face it alone. You want 5 steps? I offer a hand. You want foresight? I offer fellowship. Lean on me, child. The peace you've been searching for is found where you start breathing me in. My presence is not passive, it is power. The atmosphere changes when you choose me over plans. Even if the situation doesn't shift, the climate of your heart will, because you've stopped striving and started abiding. There is no weakness in this, it is wisdom. Dependence is not defeat, it's devotion. And whoever chooses me over performance will never be abandoned. So set the plan aside. Focus on the one standing beside you. I'm here, and I'm not leaving. Come closer, my beloved. Let me correct the distortion created by delay. What you call delay, I call divine pace. What you perceive as silence, I call strategy. I haven't denied you, child. I've preserved you. I pressed pause to prepare you because what you asked for was good, but what I'm preparing is greater. I couldn't let you settle for what was merely good when I had glorious being crafted. You wanted quick, I wanted eternal, so I slowed the process, not to deny you, but to sanctify the blessing. If I had given it when you first asked, it would have arrived fragile, unwrapped and unready. But I don't give partial blessings. I give perfect ones, in perfect time. I don't give you unfulfilled promises. I wait until the time is convenient for you, until the circumstances mirror my flawlessness. Delays don't mean that I'm abandoning you. I'm preparing things your heart cannot even fathom in advance of you. And because I love you too much to give you something that would overwhelm you rather than overflow through you, I have been preparing you as well as the promise. I need you to know that you've been keeping an eye on the clock and wondering if I'm monitoring you. I never take my eyes off it. As carefully as you have counted the days, I have counted your tears. I've seen you become agitated, even bitter, since what you believed would happen soon hasn't. However, you are still unaware of how sacred every moment of waiting has been. In the quiet, you developed resilience. In the delay, you established stronger roots. Your grace, grit, and spiritual sensitivity have all improved. You're more prepared now than you think. However, I'm prepared for what I've designed, not just what you desired. And my design is always superior, kid. Bigger, better, brighter, and blessed for eternity aren't enough. Therefore, do not refer to this delay as a denial. The wait that is helping you develop your wings should not be cursed. This divine halt should not be mistaken for rejection. You'll be grateful for what I've been writing, for the rest of your life, not just today. And you'll know that the wait was worthwhile when it eventually comes. When the thing I'm working on is fully exposed, you'll cry with appreciation. Not only did the promise materialize, but it did so at the ideal moment, with the ideal jab and depth. You'll also claim that he was aware all along. He was aware. Yes, youngster, I was aware. I am aware. And while you wait, I'm still working. Because every moment of silence is worth it for what I'm creating for you. My darling, I recognize you, gone, squeezed, and confined by situations that don't seem to be able to be resolved. You've been looking for an exit sign on the horizon, seeking the quiet for an answer, and exerting yourself to discover a path forward, and panic ensues when nothing shows up. But now listen to me. I remain the path despite the stress, the fear, and the moment when nothing makes sense. Not far away, the path. I do more than make paths. I turn into them. I am the door in places without one. I start where the road ends. I divide the sea where the walls close in. Situations are not necessary for me to collaborate. I don't require flawless circumstances. I will do what no man can do. All I need is your surrender. God, how are you going to accomplish this? However, my movement is based on majesty, while their query is based on rationality. You're trying to find a map. I propose a miracle. A bridge is what you're waiting for. I am going to divide the waters. Nothing is visible to you, and I produce my best work at that time. Places without a blueprint are my specialty. I do best when there are no options left and hope is leaking, because limitations do not apply to me. There are no borders that confine me. I transgress boundaries. Natural law was broken by me. I walk on water and part red oceans. I do more than lead you through the woods. Wildernesses are turned blue by me. That item that appears to be immobile, observe me while I move it. Therefore, no, you do not require every component. The plan is not necessary. I'm with you because you need me. I didn't get you this far just to leave you now. I'll carve a door if there isn't one. I'll go down on my own if there's no ladder. I'm not limited to material possessions. The resource is me. The laws of scarcity do not apply to me. I multiply time and perseverance, faith and favor, loaves and fish, and I am laying a road right under your feet in this region of panic you are in right now. The path will become clear with every step of faith. It will arrive, even though it might not happen all at once, and stone by stone, cloud-bound, fire by fire, step by step. Thus, let go of the dread that says it's impossible. Your vocabulary no longer includes that phrase, not when walking alongside the one who is leading the path. Not when you're being held captive by the one who turns graves into gardens and builds highways through deserts. Let me be more than simply a guide. Let me be the way. Instead of just being the advisor, let me be the solution. You are not far from me. I am within you, beside you, behind you, and in front of you. I'm keeping your breath and encircling your steps, and you'll see it when the next time comes. A path where none existed, a door in the middle of a wall. Since I am the path, there will always be a route where I am. Stop right here now, beloved. Allow me to address the strain that has taken up residence in your chest. You have been preparing yourself physically, emotionally, and spiritually. You've been waiting for another hit, another collapse, another wave that will bring you down. You've been holding your breath, anticipating the uncontrollable event, the breakdown, or the dreadful news. Have you not secretly murmured it? What if the worst is yet to come? And I have arrived with revelation rather than censure. Child, the worst is not yet to come. Yes, I am. I also don't arrive with nothing. I bring tranquility. I have power. I have a substantial presence that will calm the fury inside your bones. Because you've heard too many fake voices, let me state something clearly. I don't lead my kids with terror. I don't use fear to entice you. I don't incite fear in order to get you ready for something. I don't do it that way. Have we not seen fear masquerading as discernment? It has cloaked itself in knowledge. Preparation is its covert disguise. It has persuaded you that being cautious equates to having control. However, there's no need to prepare for impact. You must breathe in my tranquility. You don't expect destruction as the impact. It's deliverance. Nothing is going to happen to you. It's going to hit you that you've always been encircled. Are you unaware of my identity? Before the earth was created, I was the breath that hung above the waves. I am the exhalation that filled dry bones until they danced, the whisper that summoned prophets, and the wind that split the sea. I'm breathing into you right now. It was a magnificent breath, not a weak wind. Your oxygen is my spirit. Your beat is my presence. I'm still holding you, so every breath you take serves as a reminder that you're still here. You made it through what others did. You have experienced what ought to have been your demise. My hand has been beneath your ribs, supporting the structure of your spirit, which is why I've been closer than your breath and why you haven't crumbled under the weight of your worries. Inhale me now, not only in a profound spiritual, prophetic, or figurative sense. Let my tranquility fill every confined space. Allow me to dispel the panic. It's not the worst you feared. Yes, I am. And darkness runs away when I get there. Chains snap, dormant quiets. I'm not here to frighten you. I'm here to make amends. The biggest danger posed by the enemy was to instill fear of impending danger. Here's my truth, though. Glory is on the way. My dear, if this message has touched your soul, stay with us. Subscribe and experience God's peace and blessings every single amen.